Hello and welcome. Good evening to everybody. We are going to be taking a look at some of the Rebrickable builds this evening. So we're going to go by top designer. That'll be the easiest way of doing it. We can familiarize with the website and then we can basically tuck in and go from there. So good evening to everybody and afternoon from you guys and girls in America. We've got plenty of people in the chat already, which is always nice to see. So Reese, hello to you. 1492, hello to you. Sean, hello. Ultra, hello. How are we all? Hopefully everybody is fit and well, and they've been living the dream on your Tuesday. Right, there is a poll running as per normal. Lose one to replace it with your dream IP. What goes? Do you get rid of Potter, Star Wars, Friends, or Ninjago? Which one goes forever for you guys and girls to replace it? And everybody that's liked the video so far, thank you very much indeed. So we'll give it a minute or two just for applications to go out. Now, if you haven't used Rebrickable before, it's simple enough. There are thousands upon thousands of different ways of building different bits and pieces. And of course, you can either download the instructions for free or you can pay for them. And then you use Bricklink to get your pieces and yada, yada, yada. But just for the sake of this evening, to see if you guys and girls get your teeth sunk into it, there is a tab where we can go by top designers. And I think it just goes by top look designers of the week or the month or something like that. So we will be taking a look at these first and we'll just go through, depending on how many sets there is from each designer and what it is that you want to look at. So this is a quick oversight of the bits and pieces that we're going to be clicking on because, again, it's just lucky dip from what I can gather. Some of them, look, they've got 205 mocks from one. You've got 97 from another one. So we're not going to be able to click on all of them. So we will just do what we can do. But this is, funny enough, the Rancor pit that we actually clicked on the other day. So this design is in the top 10 at the moment. Lots and lots of stuff for Rivendell and the Shire and all of those bits and pieces as well. Then we've got some more beautiful buildings a little bit further down. And then as it comes down, we've got a lot of Transformers and Marvel stuff that we'll be taking a look at. I think what we'll do is just randomly click on a few just over the next hour or so just to see what you guys and girls think of these. And of course, if there's anything that catches your eye, like I would imagine that, for example, we will be jumping all over those different bits and pieces. Now, there is some really, really nice looking Marvel DC stuff, some nice castle stuff. You've got a lot of fantasy bits and pieces. It's just lucky dip of what is in the top 10, obviously, at the moment. I did do a quick bit of research on this earlier on. And as we carry on coming down, I thought this might catch a couple of people's eye because you've got the Fantastic Four building, you've got the Daily Planet, you've got the Lion Knight's Kingdom, you've also got the Avengers Tower with a base at the bottom where you can add in the different bits and pieces. You've got a Batcave and Shadowbox, Wayne Manor, which looks pretty tasty. And then you've got a modular Arkham as well. So there's lots and lots of different bits and pieces to take a look at, and we will be tucking in to basically as many as we can this evening, and then we'll just click on the ones that you guys and girls want to see. Nice and simple, nice and easy. So yeah, hopefully everybody is good. So 1492 says, going to go a spending spree. Just got most of the Monster Fighter sets. The only one I currently have is the Ghost Train. So I'm working on getting the rest. What a incredible line that is as well. So the Monster Fighter series is a fantastic looking thing. Oh yeah, Sean, what has arrived? Oh, there we go. So we've had double ordering from everybody today. So Ultra Bricks has had Wild West Train, and Sean has had the Camping Adventure. So we've had a double Bricklink delivery from Ultra Bricks and Sean. Reese, looking at getting the Indiana Jones set, but don't know whether to trust eBay. Fair enough. Which one are you looking for, Reese? And also, has anybody else got anything? Anything else? No. Right. Perfect. So just let us know in the chat what it is that you would like to take a deep dive and a deep look at. I'm just going to click on random ones, I think. So I know there's a lot of Zelda fans, so why don't you have a look at a mini Zelda tree? So it's from the bonsai, so it's a completely different way of doing it. If you wanted to save a good bit of money, you can do. And obviously, if you just wanted a smaller scale, you can do. You can download the instructions for $5 and it is obviously just more of a micro scale type thing. So yeah, 534 parts. I would imagine that's there or thereabouts all of the parts for all of those sets. But you can see loads and loads of different bits and pieces with it, and you can see what it's all about So it's even got the measurements in there. 5 inches of length. It's 7.5 inches wide and 6.5 inches tall. So that one will be a little bit cheaper if you wanted to do your own custom one. Then, of course, getting the Zelda set that is going to be retiring. Now, it looks like there is another version out of that set as well, where they have done the Pirates of the Caribbean, just a more squashed down version. Again, you can download this for $6, and this is from the Dead Man Chest. So again, it's completely up to you, really, how this evening is going to go. So anything that is there a certain topic you want guys and girls like to look at, or do you just want me to go through at a steady pace like I normally do, and then you can just sort of shout at me in the chat if there's anything you want me to spend a little bit more time on, and then we can have a look see and go from there. But yes, there is 205 mocks, so maybe we'll just go down slowly like this, and we'll just go through them bit by bit. That might be the better way of doing it. We'll go by mocks by designer rather than clicking on every single one of them. And then if there's something that jumps out at you, just let me know what it is, because there is a full mashup available. Is anybody wanting the UCS Ginger Prize? Look how amazing that looks. That looks fantastic. And then we have got other gingerbread vehicles as well. So we can do a Sleepless Nights. That's fine. He's not in the top 10 though. He's not even in the top 20 Sleepless Nights. I did go scrolling down, but we can have a look at some of the Sleepless Nights ones. That's not a problem. We can do that right towards the end. That is fine. But yeah, these are the most popular designers on Rebrickable at the moment, or most viewed, or however it is that they work it out to be. You can see there's a lot of different variations of a lot of different stuff. And yeah, a lot of these have been added obviously in 2025, so they're all recent. Star Fox, what is that, a designer, or is that the actual set you want me to look at? Oh, the Star Fox. There we go. Okay. Found it. So that's from obviously the smaller Star Wars set, and that's amazing. It's just amazing what it is you can do between the two. So that is, as requested, the Star Fox. Anybody a fan of the MIDI scale stuff? Do we think we're going to get any more MIDI, or are they going to be going into more sort of full size helmets and all of that kind of thing? Because they Sean's like Star Wars, boo. Well, yeah. Well, the thing is, there's a lot of difference. There's Lord of the Rings there, Sean. So don't worry, you've got some Lord of the Rings stuff that's going to be coming. I'm assuming you don't want Star Wars. Have you voted for Star Wars to go? Is that what you're saying in the poll? So at the moment, we've got lose one to replace with your dream IP, 17% for Ninjago, 33% for Star Wars, 50% for Friends, and not a single one of you have voted for Potter at the moment. So there's obviously a lot of Harry Potter fans in. As we are coming down, you've got the 89 Batmobile, if you wanted to redo that in a different design. And yeah, you've got lots of different Star Trek bits and pieces in here as well. And you have got a Jurassic Falcon. There we go. If you want it, it looks like a pizza. Yeah, it looks quite tasty, to be honest. And then we've got more. I think it looks like it's a lot of ships. So yeah, obviously you can make up a Falcon out of anything by the looks of it. And you've got the X-Men Blackbird in MIDI scale as well. So there's some skillful designers about. I would just sit here and dribble, not know where to start at doing any of these whatsoever. Has anybody used Rebrickable? Has anybody done like a big build? And if you have, of course, what is it? And we can take a look see as we go through, because I haven't downloaded any of the instructions. I've not done a Rebrickable before. I've kept my eye on a couple of different bits and pieces that I do like the look of, but I haven't got the space to do all those little bits and pieces or anything like that. Reese says going to go a full pyramid on Rebrickable set when it goes on sale again. Nice, yeah. So what you're going to do a double. You're going to do a double whammy and go from there, because that'd be pretty cool to see. Because what have we got? We've got more Star Wars stuff on this one. We'll jump. I know you guys are itching for these, so we'll jump to this, Anybody wanting to have a look at any of these? Oh, Orient Express. For a mod to motorize my Orient Express. Ah, nice. Fair enough. Sean's taken 2 from the same designer. Filthy. Free instructions is always a bonus. Well, yeah, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with that. There's a Christmas set there for the Hobbit. So you got a Hobbit at Christmas, Sean. There you go. You can tuck into that. It's like €14. This one is, and it's 1,478 parts. So this is just a custom mock rather than a sort of swap of another set. So that is what that is looking like. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that you can do with the Shire and all sorts. So I will just go down super slowly. No, there's been no purchases yet, Reese. No purchases yet. Nothing yet. I don't know what. With regards to the Eiffel Tower, it will have to be on double points, really. That's why I was wondering when double points was going to be, because you get, I think, in points, you get another £25 in points when it's obviously done double. So it kind of makes sense. You get 50 quid, you get £50 back, which is, I think, is probably worth doing, or a really good giveaway. So, but no, there is no purchases yet. I am still purchaseless since the opening day of the Lego stores in January. I have not yet bought anything else. Everybody else seems to be buying everything, and I've got absolutely nothing. So, but I have found 1 or 2 sets to build, haven't I? So it's not really that bad, but it is what it is. But yeah, with regards to Arkham and other little bits and pieces, it does look rather smart. As we come down slowly, you've got the Japanese modular collection, which is nice. Green Dragon Inn, is that a Hobbit thing? I'm assuming it is. I haven't got a clue what any of these are. These are wasted on me. So this is 5,980 parts. Apparently, it's the Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings. It looks fantastic, but I have zero facts to give about this with regards to. All I can tell you, it's got a nice thatched roof. I do like the design of the trees and all the other little bits and pieces like that. It's probably in scale with the Shire as well, to be fair. But I can't help you. I can't help you with this at all. So would anybody want one of these in their collection? That's the thing. Ultrabrick says, I'd love to do the big expansion in the middle. Well, we can have a look-see. Yeah, well, that one hasn't. I thought that would have been on the top few when I clicked it, but that wasn't there, was it? So we will be finding that one. But yeah, there's lots and lots of Lord of the Rings stuff and the Hobbit stuff about. But it's just a case of if you can source 6,000 parts. Because how do you guys and girls prefer doing it? Do you prefer just having a custom mock where you just buy the parts gradually, or do you much prefer just buying a set and then just using all the parts rebrickable from another set? I don't know if I'd have the patience to try and find all of these pieces. I think I'd just lose my rag with everything. Try and do it from a set would be okay. But again, I just don't have the space. Just don't have the space. Bag end. The Shire bag end chandelier. There we go. So it's 17 parts, and you can launch that in if required. So obviously there was something missing in one of the sets that they've added in. What else have we got? We've got the Lantern Festival, Gollum, the beginning, the Fires of Mont Doom. I'm assuming you guys want to click on that, so let's click on this thing. It's a thing, I'm assuming, where he drops a ring in. Is that what happens? They finally get there and it melts. It is yours for €12.50, and it is 1,864 parts. So I wonder how many times these instructions have been downloaded. I wonder. Gollum seems to have appeared. Oh, he's fallen in. We've got a Terminator thing going on, have we? I've had the end of the film spoiled for me. Never mind. I did wonder what had happened at the end. No, I know. I don't never need to watch it now. Fantastic. Right, the Shire with extendedness, 9,016 pieces. That does look very impressive, to be fair. That looks a lot more meaty. The tree alone just looks so much better. But I mean, it's 70 euros for the download. I'm assuming it's more than one Shire set, but it's not giving us the boxes, so I might just been a bit of a dribbler. A bundle of most of my Shire mocks, apparently. So I'm assuming it's just based off the Shire, and you've got different bits and pieces added in. Because there's some big bits. Yeah, that's putting it politely. So Sean has just said it will be an absolute ball ache to try and get some of the pieces. But with this one, I'm assuming, I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm assuming it's just multiple Shires and then they've got the same parts usage from that because it's just a bigger fatty. It's just much bigger. And then everything else is it's just the same parts, but it normally says the box beside it. So I'm assuming it's not. So you might have to source extra parts that aren't in the set. That's where it just gets very painful. So yeah, this is a very nice looking, very nice looking thing. If this was what what we're looking at right now is what the Lego Group did, it would almost be in scale with Rivendell, but it would also be at the Rivendell price point. So it would be very expensive. So, and again, they're giving you the little pathway through with the horse and cart, which I'm sure all you guys and girls would love. And I'm assuming they've given it a bigger tree on the giveaway as well. But it's got, oh yeah, it'd be to do this. I mean, it's 9,000 parts. It'll be at least 3 sets. So you're looking at what, 600 quid just to do this. So it's always nice to look at, but I wouldn't have the space. I wouldn't have the patience. I appreciate it, but these are very much the case of the amazing things that you'd see at the shows. Samwise in his home. So that's 1,951 pieces. Anything, just scream at me if there's anything that you want to see. We've got a Zelda in a completely different color. What? Oh, it's 184 parts. Oh, they've just changed the leaves, have they? Oh. I think. I'm assuming they have. Anyway, moving on. We have got. So you can do expansions. I've noticed a lot of the designers do like different expansion bits, or they've got. I think clearly says an overhaul on that one, so you can just add different bits and pieces into it. White City Courtyard. Balls. Where is the White City Courtyard? Ah, there we go. We're on it. Look at that. I couldn't tell you anything about it, Sean, but it's yours to look at, yours to do if you'd like it. So, question is, Sean, are you now going to download the instructions for £8? Well, €8.50. I don't know what that is in pounds. The pound's stronger than the euro, isn't it? And the dollar at the moment is crumbling. So this will probably be about $50, I would imagine. Sean is getting inspiration. So the mock, by the way, is 1,142 parts. It's a lot of parts. But if you want to try and feel inspired, Sean, that thing must be massive then. Or is it just layer on layer on layer on layer? There you go. It's a big chunky monkey. Because there's 2 of them, isn't there? So, yep, there you go. That's your chunk. So yeah, just do what Sean's just done. Shout at me if you want me to click on anything, and I will be keeping my eye on the chat as we go down because there's so many of them. It's just one of those that we know it's going to take ages, but we will be doing this over multiple live streams anyway. So It'll be good, sexy, fun, and all of that. But you've got the city garden, the city centre, the community square, fisherman boat, fisherman home. What else we got? Animal Crossing, Poppy Farm, Japanese modular, gardens, modular collection. We've got a Dodo Airport, the Alley Home, a Atlantic Lighthouse. What else is there? Market Hall, Dutch Quarters. Wonder how many excited people are going to be getting emails from that. They've got the Bricklink Designer Program stuff, and obviously there'll be everything will be pending now and all that kind of thing. So there'll be a lot of happy people that got their stuff, but I think there might be a few surprise people that they were sold out with what 5 hours to go yesterday. So they got some little teeny tiny ones as well, which is nice. Very, very nice. Oh, Japanese modular. We've got the Japanese modular. I see a pair of eyeballs from Reese. Japanese modular. There it is. This is 10,066 pieces, Reese. So if you go on a basic rule of thumb, that's going to cost you 10 pence a brick. You can do that as a basic rule of thumb, because some of them will be more expensive, some of them will be less, but it'll be about 7 to 10 pence a piece. Very expensive. 10,066 pieces. And for your painful pleasure, it would also cost you 63 euros for the actual design of this. So far, this is the biggest one I've seen. Yeah, 10,066. For a second there, I thought it was 100,000, but no, it's 10,066. And it's 63 euros. Yep. So Sean has just thrown something against the wall, paying 63 euros for a pair of instructions. But yep, that is yours if you want it. And then I don't know if you can do the maths, but that's a lot of money just to get to source all those parts. Can I zoom in on this? Oh, I can. Oh, magic. So yep, you've got a pair of shorts and top. So just rip the hands out that they've done to put it on the washing line. Does look impressive though, let's be honest. But that would be a lot of money. I mean, it would be more fun to put together than the Eiffel Tower, I would imagine, because obviously it's there or thereabouts the same amount of parts. But they've done it in gold leaf. That's what they've done. But no, they I guess they have to work through. They do the instructions themselves, don't they? So that's what they think their work's worth. 63 euros per person for that one. I would imagine there'd be hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pages though. Hundreds and hundreds. So yeah, it is what it is on that one. But that is a big Rebrickable project on that one. So well done, Reese. You just made everybody nice and depressed. You picked the most expensive. You picked the most expensive one. Right. We'll click on this one. I think this is going to be a lot of Star Wars stuff. I would imagine. So just shout if you're a Star Wars fan. And if you're not, then we can easily get through this quite quickly, because I know that I won't be clicking on anything. Pretty cool gingerbread shuttle, though. So that'd be in the same scale. So if you wanted a gingerbread shuttle, you can do that. Out of interest, how expensive is that? €4.50. Not too bad. So if you wanted a load of gingerbread stuff, then you can. Because, of course, that's something that I think a lot of people still need to pick up for this Christmas coming. And it's now back in stock, I do believe. So we can get through this relatively quick, because there is nothing that I'm going to want. But again, massive congratulations to the designers on these. But Star Wars, no. Right, there it is. See, I wonder if we typed in Pokemon on here, how many better versions of the Pokemon stuff would be on here and from what other sets. That would be very interesting to take a quick look at the end as well. Right. Anybody want to have a look at some buildings? Let's have a look at some buildings, shall we? Are we getting on with the? Are we getting on with the poll, by the way? So 50% of you think Friends, 25% of you think Star Wars, and 25% think Ninjago. Right, moving on to these. Reese is the only Star Wars set I'd like at the minute is the Death Slice, but waiting on getting / using some inside. Ooh, nice. Yeah, it's a huge thing, Reese. Huge thing. But yes, save your points up for that. Save your points. The build's good, but it's massive. Like massive, massive, massive. So some nice bits on here. Oh, is this another Oscorp? So $15. You got a. So it's looks like it's 2 sets plus an extra 320 pieces. So that's going to be £250. What we're looking at there or thereabouts, because it's 100 and is it 115 Oscorp? 109? It's 109, isn't it? So it's 218 plus the instructions plus the extra pieces. So it's about 250 quid all in for what we're looking at the moment. So they add up. They do add up very, very quickly. Oh, that is the only thing you get carried away and want something. You think, oh, it's actually really expensive, but it is what it is. So we've got the Baker Corner Street. We've got the different version of the ground floor. Lots of different calves. Lilo and Stitch with the house fully enclosed. I can't believe, I'm not going to click on all the pages. I just can't believe how many designs there are from the same designers. It's amazing. Because look at the Malfoy stuff. You've got a huge Malfoy manor there, 3,000. That's got to be, how many sets is that? 2 sets plus 8 extra pieces. So that's 200 quid. If you're a fan of the Potter. Yeah, it's £200 for that because it's all enclosed at the back. See, something like that. It's only enclosed at the back. They haven't made it. They haven't made it a full base plate, which I thought was quite narrow anyway. Oh yeah, expensive. It is expensive, but nothing would. I don't think anything is going to get me. To be fair, right. We'll come back. We'll come back to the designers. I got a load of pages later on. I'm going to start skipping some because I know this is going to take forever. And then on what we can do on Friday is we can go deep diving if required. Anybody a fan of Transformers? Anybody want to take a look at any of the Transformers stuff? Because it looks like we've got all sorts of proper big chunky mechs going on with all of these kind of things. Anybody a mech fan? I think somebody has. I think we've figured out the person that has hit Harry Potter. That'll be Jane. So Jane's voted for Potter by mistake, but don't worry about it, Jane. It's fine. Absolutely fine. Did anybody else have anything nice for dinner this evening after you lot talking? Because Sean missed out on our lasagna talk. So I think Sean's just wondering what was going on. Yeah, all these different ones, because that's huge, isn't it, over in Japan? And then you can just build them in massive scales. What else? Let's have a look. Well, we'll go to the fantasy stuff now. So we have got a Beauty and the Beast base. So you can have a full blown base for this thing. That's what it looks like on the front. That's what it looks like on the back. Did you throw? Did you have something else in the microwave again tonight, Reese? Did you? So the castle just slots straight on it. Ah, there you go. So the next one. Oh, you can go for a beastly base. You can go for a complete castle upgrade if you want to. So it's. I'm reading that as it's 2 boxes plus 4,128 pieces. So it's 9,469 parts in total, but 4,000 of those are extra that you've got to source yourself, and it's €40. So if those sets are obviously these sets aren't cheap anyway, you're going to be looking at another £500-600 project for something like that. And then with this one, what's this? It is 4,372, and it's a mini Twilight Village. So is this just made? Oh, it's just I'm going to say, is it made up from Rivendell? But I don't think it is it? €25 for this one. If I don't touch it, will it just go through by itself? Yeah, that's it as well. Yeah, you're gonna have to make a list, Reese, of the order you're going to get stuff in, and then tuck in and go from there, because it yeah, there's it. Everybody can get carried away very, very, very quickly. So that's the base. You want to have a look at the base. Just the base is another 3,142 parts, and it's another €24 for the actual thing. So, John, good evening to you. How are we? So you're going to be looking at a redonkulous amount of money for some of these. Some of them are going to be very, very, very expensive because obviously you're going to have to buy 2 sets for some of them, or because that's a complete redo on the front, isn't it? That's what they've done. That completely changed it and raised it all up. But that's a big thing. It's 2 base plates. So what's that? That's another 1,593 parts on top of the set, I think. Oh, we've got John's turned up at the right time. We've got a massive history museum. So this is 4251. Has this just been changed around? So it's the Natural History Museum Plus, apparently. They've redone quite a bit of it, haven't they? But is it just being built differently? I'm assuming it has. Killian, good evening to you, sir. How are we? Yeah, I don't know if you ever used Rebrickable before, John, but like with your 8080 and stuff, you can literally rebuild it with all the parts usage, and they do all the hard work for you, and you just use those parts again. But like this is the Alpine Lodge, look, completely redone. But it's not. This is what's confusing me now, because some of them are telling us what we need, but this is just saying it's 2,592 pieces. So the approximate cost of these parts is £59.12. So it's £59 over with on top of the set, I'm assuming. Because that's just a complete redo of the Alpine Lodge, and obviously they've connected all the little bits and pieces in. They've redone the Alpine Lodge, the Santa's Visit as well. That's a nice front on that. So how much would that be to do? So another 52, 53. Ah, no, you need a lot of parts needed extra for that. It's a big difference, though. Because that's obviously the original set. Because if you wanted to upgrade your Winter Village bits and pieces, you can do. But this is just, don't forget, this is just one designer. This is the amazing thing. So we're just taking a look at the top 10 more popular. Because it's going by the views it's had so far. So it's had 64,000 views on that, 62,000 for that. So these have been this is how popular this site is. It's pretty impressive, to be fair. You've got different versions of all of the different cars. You've got the trains. You've got a Speed Champions variation of the Knight Rider. Oh, they've done the Trans Am from Smoky Bandit, I think. DeLoreans. Oh, they've done the Back to the Future Hilux. They've got the Lego's actually got the license with Toyota, though, haven't they? Because they've done some Toyota Speed Champions vehicles. I'm surprised they haven't done the Hilux, to be honest, or they haven't done any like desert type, like dune things. Right, that's more Star Wars and some castles. So Ultra Brick says the Rivendell base is phenomenal. Are you going to go for it, Ultra Bricks? Just catching up with everybody. Just catching up. No, that's the thing. So with Rebrickable, sometimes you don't actually need another set. So like this, for example, look, it's just if you had the small 8080, you can make all three of these up. So it's just some of them, like when they got the box, you can just do that. Hence the name Rebrickable. You just you can just change the stuff. And there was a guy before that was doing a big thing of the Falcons. But these let you know if you need 2 sets, 3 sets, because the 3-in-1 castles people get very creative with, because you can just make them much bigger. Like we saw Malfoy Manor earlier on, and they closed all the back in, so you just need 2 of these sets, and they just make it much bigger. But no, it's impressive with what can be done. You can just take the same. It's always nice to take something apart, don't buy any more pieces, and then just rebuild it a completely different way. Yeah, it might be a good idea to plan for it, because with that Rivendell base, obviously you have to source all the pieces. Whereas the stuff that we're looking at earlier on, like the top designer up here, it's just a complete redo. So you don't need any more pieces, which is a clever, it's like there it is. So something like that is I would find much easier to do than trying to source all the bits down, because I would just cry, I think. DGI, good evening to you. Oh well, if you got a couple of doubles and triples, then John, you can do whatever you want with them. So you're all right. So you got the Back to the Future clock tower. So that consists of 3,992 parts. This is just a custom mock, though. So how much? The approximate cost of these parts is £105. pounds and 69 pence. Now, are they talking about the 376 parts or the 3,992? I don't think that's right. You have to spend a lot more money. It costs a lot more money than that, I would imagine. So it's $21 for this one. If you're a fan of Back to the Future and you wanted to do something completely from scratch, you can hunt that. You can hunt that down and do it. But yeah, 3,992. Go on, Ultra Bricks. How much was the Rivendell base? How bad was it? What was that on? Right, you're talking about the Rivendell base, which is it was what base only or the mountain base? You're talking about just this bit, yeah? So it's 24 euros for the instructions. That's the add-on to Rivendell. The set itself, obviously, not for sale. Yeah, it's going to be very expensive because it's an extra 3,142 pieces. So what's the guess? It's got to be 250, 300 quid, probably. I would imagine. I would imagine. You know, like Desert Diorama from Star Wars. Killian's gone for 420. Sean says a lot. Yeah, that's why that's why with these I wouldn't have the patience to do it. The first one that we looked at, it was just they had the it was all done, it was all rebrickable stuff from the same sets. So you didn't actually have to get anything extra, but these are all custom mocks. But no, the chap at the top, you can see, look, it's just all 205 mocks, and as you can see, it's all from those sets, which I thought was pretty cool. So there you go. Look, you can make a little bumblebee. $4 you can do that for. Just a little. That's the kind of stuff that I would find fun to do if I had the patience, which I don't. I don't have the patience at all. But yeah, you've got just different takes on stuff. So you can build this. You could just take it apart, rebuild it again, and it would just cost you $5. So it's a clever way of doing it. No extra pieces needed in these. I'm assuming there's not. You know, you can have a Too Fast Too Furious Millennium Falcon, and they've even used the spare rim as a little satellite dish. So you can get creative, and there you go. That's yours for $3 if you want it. £700 all in. Ouch. Ouch. Yeah, when it comes to the actual mock stuff, it is very expensive. Very, very expensive. Yeah, it's weird because obviously they sell the instructions, as you can see. So the instructions for this one is €40, but then you've got to go and source the pieces yourself. It does give you a list, so it gives you the inventory, you know, what you need, and you can add the parts directly to Brickowl or add the parts to the Brick Link. So I'm assuming, but it's eight. So it's £87 for 550 parts, and that's just these. And if I log in, it'll tell me a rough price. I'm assuming that's what it will do. But for just this thing, it's 8,000 119 pieces. So, and obviously, depending on what cost of each element is, some of them are going to be a lot more expensive than others. That's why it's just nice to do them as a redo from the actual same set, because you don't have to worry. Because to try and source the pieces down are just a swine. But yeah, the one that we're looking at before, I thought that was really smart, because you've got all of these. This is what I'm going to get to. I've just skipped a couple, because you've got all the different Arkhams and things that they've done. So the instructions for this are $10, and it's just a modification of this. So how many of them do you need, though? That's the thing. Because it's 6,755 pieces. So it's saying it's a modification of it, but how many of them is it? So I don't quite understand. Each designer writes it down differently. I would have thought it would have just said, oh, you need 6 of these sets if it's going to be a modification. So that's no good. Right. Batcave. Wayne Manor. So you got the shadow box modification on the inside. Fine. Again, that shadow box is mega. So this whole thing, all in all, is 17, nearly 18,000 pieces. So you're looking at like £1,000+ Ah, right, okay. If you click the buy parts and then search it, it will tell you the rough cost. Let's have a look then. Is it even going to give me the parts in this one? Buy parts. All right, here we go. Guesses. Oh, good grief, yeah. Killian's like, we definitely need to do something like this. By we, I mean you. Like, well, it's taking that long to load. Here we go. £2,808. And that's from Brickable. Oh, that's right. That's from Pigabrick. You can get 80 watt. That's only 85%. Oh, I see what they've done now. All right. Okay. Fair enough. So the only thing is, though, that will have all the pieces to the shadow box as well. So I wouldn't need the shadow box, but you're looking at easy grand enough, aren't you? Ouch. Ouch. All right, we'll do that on the next one then. We'll do that. We'll do the Daily Planet, because the Daily Planet, it looks like it's a custom thing. It is, right. The Daily Planet is a custom thing, and it's 7,376 pieces. And again, we know the basic rule of thumb is anywhere between 7 to 10 pence a brick as a basic rule of thumb. Obviously, the tiles are cheaper at 3 pence. We know that, but it's just a quick way of working it out. So buy parts, search external stores, and let me know what you find. That looks pretty smart, because I wonder if this is going to be the one that they're going to do. Yeah, I reckon so. I reckon you could potentially do something, but I just don't have any spare part bins or anything really. I've got the older sets, but I don't know. I don't know. I have to have a look at that one again, Sean. I'll price it up. I can't remember what it was though. I need to find this. I need to find the SKU number, because I didn't realize you could do it this way. There you go. Another £1,200 from just that's from the Lego group, mind. So that's Brick Owl. That keeps coming up at the top. So it's 93%. So it's 917 items. 6,000. So it's 6,874 parts, and we're looking at 1,200. Ouch! 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 Yeah, I don't know that one, DJI. With this one though, there's no obviously they've just added bits and pieces in. So everything that you're looking at now is just from scratch, even though that does look like some of that's from the police station modular, but that looks like it's built. So if you want a huge thing, it's over £1,000. Honestly, I can't, it's gobsmacked by how expensive some of these are. But it is, it's the price of them, isn't it? So like, there you go, Monster Fighters. We had somebody in the chat before talking about Monster Fighters. You can do a modified version of a Monster Fighters castle with the Lion Knight's castle and all of the other little bits and pieces. That is 7,300 pieces. Madness. Because obviously the cheapest place to get the bits from is from the Pick-a-Brick wall at the Lego store. If not, you're paying good money per piece. And then it just gets very, very, very expensive. But that looks familiar, doesn't it? That looks very, very familiar. Because I'm sure that was on another website that's been sold. So I'm assuming that they've downloaded these instructions and then just done it. God, Pilot with the Apocalypseburg. Good combination. Because that's the actual thing built on the back, and that is the thing built at the front. Old Bricks is planning a Fallout mock. Oh, eight. So that Christmas thing's 8,000. Yeah, it's just not going to happen. Just not going to happen. It'd be nice to look at, but not happening. That looks like it's the Lego Friends windows. Yeah, look at that. Called that, didn't I? It is. So you have to buy the Lego Friends set for modification. There you go. $2.99 if you'd like to take that on. That's not a bad way of doing it, Killian. That's not a bad way of doing it. There's some big stuff on here. There you go. You look like your pirates, don't you? So that is is that a redo? No, it's not. Yes, it is. So that's 4,982 parts for that. But again, you've got to just do it all separately. Looks smart though. Ah, see, it happens all the time. Look, it happens all the time. So that's another one that's been stolen. Another one that's been stolen, and then it's already in production, I would imagine. That's why they're putting all these warnings. There was a big thing. I remember there being a big thing about it. It was all the websites in China, wasn't it? All the websites in China were doing it. So it's just such a grey area, I guess, because I don't know what the law is on it. If somebody downloads the instructions and actually puts the pieces in a pack for you and then sends them out and gives you the PDF, I'm sure there's something. I'm sure it's against the law, but there's no protection to these sellers, is there, for how this works? So I'm starting to see some of these, like, oh yeah, I've seen these available to buy. I'm like, oh, I didn't really think I trusted the website. But there you go. Look, you can get a bull rod. That's the kind of thing you want, DJI. Just a complete redo. Of the F1 car. That's what you want. Oh yeah, there'll be some nice bulk bits that you can get. Yeah, that's exactly how it worked. That's exactly how it worked. Yeah, I know it's amazing, really, because Lepin were all over him, weren't they? And then China was like, "Yeah, come on over." So they locked up the CEO of Lepin, did the ram raids on the stuff, but then Lepin changed their name again, didn't they? And then they're just doing it again. But now what they're doing is they're now focusing. Well, what used to be Lepin is now focusing more on this kind of stuff rather than what the Lego stuff was. No, well, we know that, John, because that was a website that we were looking at the other week, which had the big Obscorp on, because the big Oscorp's on here, and that's been boxed up from China, and off it comes. So that's the thing with it. But you've got to be careful. That's what I said ages ago. There's always a stigma, and that's the problem that good companies have as a stigma. Like that's the problem. Yeah, that's the problem that good companies have when there's such a stigma on other places from China coming in and just stealing the stuff, and then literally printing, say for example, the Speed Champion. They'll just miss an E out, won't they? It would just be Sped Champion, and it would just look exactly the same. So it's just same box art, same everything. Everything's exactly the same. They just hit print. Thanks very much, and you're away. So the honest alternative companies they get stung with it, which is such a shame, really. Can I check? What do you want me to check? Let's have a look. Can I check what, DGI? What? Yeah, I will try, but what I do, DGI, I do that on a Friday because this website's new to me, really. Because what else have we got? We've got what else is there? Because that's the top 20. There's so many. You can buy the sets on here. I didn't realize you could buy sets on Rebrickable. What, a complete set? Oh, Brick Owl. Oh, right, okay. I was going to say, it's like, what's all that about? Yeah, that's it. Because the Pantsy, because John's got a lot of them. They're great looking sets. They're their own designers. They design their own stuff, and it's completely different to obviously anything else. They're their own company that do their own thing and they do their own stuff, and that's you live in the absolute dream. But it's very, very difficult for a honest company to set up when automatically all people think of is Lepin, because that's what ruined it for everybody. It was Lepin that ruined everything, wasn't there? Um, all right, let's have a look. Warning: couldn't find 100% match. So that's found 2,638 pieces, because this is from. So something like this is very good, because we actually looked at this the other day, where it's just the one set redone as the throne room, which is a clever thing, because you can just buy that one set pay 9, because if you wanted this actual diorama from Star Wars, then the €9 is worth every penny, because you don't need to worry about it and just do anything else. You can just literally get this, be done with it, and you'll be absolutely fine. But no, there's some really very, very nice sets. Well, things are the scary thing is, from way, way, way back when, is that there wasn't other third party companies really. It was just Lepin. And now, over the last, what, maybe since just before COVID, there's been a lot more sort of alternative companies popping up with obviously different designs and all that kind of thing as well. I think when the CEO got arrested, that kind of opened up the door, and people became a little bit more weary of stuff, because yeah, certain things that people were just ordering online, it just came through, because I know for a fact, I know other people that have done it, and when you order the stuff, it literally comes in clear bags to your letterbox, and then you just have like a random instruction thing come through. But something like this, it looks great. It does look great. But no, Lepin was the thing, because I don't know what they're called now. They've renamed themselves Lepin. I don't know what they're calling themselves now. What is Lepin's new name? Let's have a look. Right, Lepin has transitioned to new names, including King, Queen, Jack, Zebra, and Lion King. These names reflect the brand's evolution after it shut down in 2019. Epin was known for producing replicas of various Lego sets. Now these brands operate under different names while continuing to offer similar products. Is it Mold King they've changed themselves to? I thought their new name was Mold King. Because this is the problem. This is the website that's up and running, and I know they've copied that. They've copied that design from. I'm assuming. I can't remember where did I see that from. They've got different names on them now. It looks like you've got Sembo. Because now they're getting all sorts of different things that they're sort of just producing. Everything on here. So it's not just the Lego stuff that they're sort of doing. I've seen these pop up quite a lot. But I thought there was a company that specialized in weaponry. And now they're knocking them off as well. But there's nothing. It's similar. There you go. Look, there's a Technic one. That's the excavator. It's slightly different. But I don't. This is what I don't understand. It's got Lego written all over it, but it's $880 for that, and that's $520. So they're massive money. Some of them, others aren't, obviously, but some of them really are a huge amount of money. But yeah, they're obviously still going strong. So that's your Lepin stuff. But I thought they had changed to Mole King. But Ultra Brick says the set that is on the screen right now is phenomenal. I agree with that. I think it does look very, very good. Yeah. This is, to be fair, this is worth easily €9, isn't it? So I just don't know what. There's got to be one or two extra pieces that you need, like that, for example, in the carbonite. But yeah, that's some nice bits and pieces on there. because there's not going to be. What does it do? What is the extra bits? Because it says alternative. This mock can be built using only the parts from the Lego set Notre Dame. But obviously the carbonite is obviously from something that isn't from that set. But I'm assuming the whole frame is. So everything that you're looking at is just that one set, because that's the things that I like people doing, where they do this and it's this. So it's $9 for €9 for the actual instructions, and then you can get this set for, well, because you could always build the Notre Dame set first, which would be a lovely build. Take it apart, and then rebuild it to Star Wars if you wanted to. So yeah, some nice bits. Oh, there'll be no. No, they won't. They won't have the license. That website won't have the license for anything. Yeah, the patent ran out for the brick, didn't it, the other year? So that's also another thing. Their interlocking pattern ran out, but it also depends on what type of injection molding they were using on the plastic to make them so strong, so they didn't crack. So yeah, because a pattern only lasts for obviously a certain amount of years. Let's go through. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the messages at the moment, because I know you guys are writing some and they're deleting themselves. I don't know what that's all about, to be fair. I do apologise on behalf of technical difficulties that YouTube seems to be having for the last week or so. There you go, Moby Dick. That's a clever use, isn't it? So there you go. This mock can be built using only the parts from the Lego set number 76425. So if you would like to make yourself a Moby Dick out of the set that you've got, you can now do that there and there. Right, so I think we've got an understanding of these, and there's loads and loads of builds, mock sets. Before, so is it what do we want to look for? Starry Nights, is it, in Pokemon? Is that what we want? Oh, because these are going to be very expensive. And obviously, they haven't been mocked yet, have they? So we can't do much about these. So that's not that much for Pokemon. I thought there'd be more on Rebrickable than that, because some of these are like thousands of pounds, aren't they? There's a company that sells. What's the company that does them? Because they're like 700-800 quid each. Who did them? I'm assuming it was a Bricklink shop. They were huge. What were they? No, Mega did them. They've lost the license to them now, Mega, haven't they? They did do them. So they were doing all of these, all that kind of stuff. But no, there was a company that specialized in, say, 5,000, 10,000. You know, they were huge because they do the Super Mario ones as well. So they like come up to your hip. So they're big things. Right, that's your stuff from Sleepless Nights. So if there's any of those that you want to click on, we can click on those. Oh, sorry. No, don't worry. It's all right. No, you are right. It is the Mega. But there's a huge. I just don't know who the big ones are because Mega did loads of them, and I don't know what the. It's not even a third party because what they did is they designed them and used the Lego pieces. But I always thought that was wrong because because Mega had the license. So I've been like this for both sides. So when the Lego group didn't have the license, there was somebody making these sets up and people were buying them and putting them on their Billy bookcases. And what I have now noticed is that those people are now affiliated with the Lego group and those bigger Pokemon sets now seem to have disappeared. So I'm like, oh, I wonder what that's all about. Um, My thoughts on like patent copyright, like the company slash person still. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I know because it's just harsh, isn't it? It is what it is with those. It's just no. But I'm dribbling. What is that? What are they? They supersized? I don't know what they are. Mega blocks, entertainer, no. Supersized. I'm trying to find them, but I cannot for the life of me. Just can't think of what the company is. And they're really big things. They did all the Pokemon. They did all of the Mario. No, no. Trying to find it in the background. I can't find it. Right. So this is everybody's favorite Sleepless Nights. So you got some beautiful, beautiful designs. We had a very quick look at these the other day. Oh, balls deep into what? Oh, knee deep into the hotel. Reese is living the dream. Yeah, so you can still get the mega stuff. There it is still available, but obviously it's Pokemon Day in a few days' time, isn't it? So they all go live on Friday. Oh, wow, that takes us over to here. Before we start to wrap things up, because I need to learn how that website works a little bit better. I was going to do a Lego Ideas one this evening, but I thought no, we'll give Rebrickable a try. Now, there's nothing new added today, is there? I don't think we'll get anything new now until Monday, because the first is on Sunday, and they'll give us all the new stuff for April. But your set, Reese, comes out Sunday. So are you going to go to the Lego store on Sunday and pick it up? Or are you going to be I got that excited. I think I passed it there. Yeah, this comes out on Sunday for you, isn't it? 1st of March is Sunday, if I got that right. I think that's correct. So are you going to be mocking this one, Reese? Or are you going to be doing your own complete mock? Are you going to make this bigger or just do your own thing? Because it's a nice looking, and this also is a nice looking thing. I don't know, Sean, are you going to do any more from Sleepless Night, or because how are you getting on with your gingerbread castle? I can find out actually how much that is now, can't I? Oof. How expensive is this gingerbread castle going to be? Because this looks fantastic. 3,971 pieces. It does look very, very smart. Very, very smart. Go on then. How much? In comparison, Sean, it's only £500. For 93% of it, you can do it for 500 quid. Or for 90% of it, you can do it for 294. So that 3%, I don't understand. So that you just basically you're going to have to shop about. So I'm assuming pick a brick because it keeps going up at the top. I don't know why it says brick owl GB. I'm assuming pick a brick is the Lego pick a brick. No, it's not. That's just a company from Devon. Ah, so they come in. Pick a brick is always at the most expensive, so they're the most expensive by a mile. So we're learning that. So we'll have a look at the second one in. So the second one down for 90% is 300 quid, and that's from Blues Brick. They're from Herefordshire. Because it's what the castle are the £299, aren't they? The big castles. So you'd be around the £300 price mark. I was assuming about £300, so I wasn't too far off. So 294 quid for 90%. But that's going to be the best you're going to get it. 90%. £294.30, Sean, for that. Because Sean is at the moment parting this set out. Yeah, it's a pretty cool thing. See, my problem would be is because obviously I'm just have to figure it out. Is does it tell you the 10% that's missing? Ah, it does. Oh. Oh, I see. Okay. So it's missing so it's missing 8 of those. Oh no, it's not. Or is it? It's missing. No, it's just missing those. So you'd have to take a picture of them and then try and source them individually, or change the color. That's not too bad. Not too bad. Yeah, I reckon about 350 max, because it's just these pieces that you need. But it's still a lot of money. It's still a lot of money. But no, it's a beautiful looking thing. It is a beautiful looking thing. Right, I'm going to end the poll. Yeah, that was just a trial and error learn for that one. It seems to be that everybody hates Star Wars this evening. So if you could lose Star Wars or Lego Friends or Potter came in at 24%. So Ninjago is at 18. So there's 17 votes. Everybody that's liked the video, thank you very much indeed. Just a short, sweet one this evening, just to sort of test the boundaries of with these kind of things, and yeah, just be interesting what happens down the line, if what you can get, what you can do, if anybody wants to do anything. We will tuck into this as a much deeper dive at a later date, but this is obviously a very, very big looking castle. Sean's already parted a load of sets out. He's got the head start. Not bad at all. Right, you take it easy. I'll catch back up the video on Thursday, so I won't have time to do one tomorrow. So I always come back in very, very late on a Wednesday. So I'll kick things off at some time on Thursday, which of course is Pokemon Eve, isn't it? So I think we'll be having a Pokemon live stream and just deep diving Mattel stuff, and just work out if any of those sets are actually worth it or not. So you lot take care, and I will catch up with everybody soon. Take it easy, everybody. Bye, bye, bye.